Hello and welcome. I am Rayosha and today's topic is projection of solids. We will be learning about pyramids. So let's begin. So example number 1. Square pyramid 40 mm base size and axis 60 mm long has a triangular face on HP and the vertical plane containing the axis makes an angle of 45 degree with VP. Draw its projections. Take apex nearer to V. So here, before going ahead, let us understand the example statement first. So here we are talking about square pyramid. So let us recall what do we mean by a pyramid. So pyramid is a such object which is having only a single base and having its top point as a apex. We will be having one object which is of a pyramid shape. You can easily remember this pyramid shape by Egypt's pyramid. So let us try to just compare this pyramid with Egypt's pyramid and we will be having the answer. Pyramid means we are having a single base of any shape and we will be having top point as the apex. So now thereafter the dimensions of the square pyramids are given like the base dimensions and the axis or the height dimensions. Thereafter it is said that a triangular face is on HP. So we should construct the pyramid in such a way that its triangular face must lie on HP or you can say on XY line. And thereafter we are having one condition, certain angle with respect to VP is given. So now let us first begin with the construction of your square pyramid. So in our case we will be first constructing our XY line. So let us construct our XY line. So this is nothing but your XY line and as we know that the portion above your XY line is known as your vertical plane or VP and the portion below your XY line is always known as your HP. So now let us move it. So here in our case when we say that the triangular face is on HP, that means we should start drawing by two shaped square on HP itself. Why on HP I will tell you later. So let us first draw one square of your 40 mm side base like this. So this is nothing but your base of your square pyramid. Now we know that pyramid has what? The apex. So we should connect the two of its diagonals by a straight line and we will be having one center point as you can see which is nothing but it will be apex in the top view. So then after let us give the numbering to this pyramid like this A, B, C and D and center point would be denoted by O point like this. Thereafter the height of your pyramid or the axis is given. So what is the height? So it is said that 60 mm long. So that means we should construct this height above your XY line in your vertical plane in order to construct the front view of the square pyramid. So let us draw vertical lines from each and every point. We should draw 60 mm on this axis line from your XY line. After having the apex point defined, we should simply connect the points on your XY line to your apex point like this. So let us connect the points on your XY line to this apex like this. Thereafter we should define these points as A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash and top point would be your O dash point. This is nothing but your square pyramid in first stage. Now let us read again. Square pyramid is resting on HP such that its triangular face is on HP. Remember, whenever we say that particular thing is resting on HP, we should draw that particular element on the right hand side in the drawing. So here let us understand. So why I have drawn square like this in the HP, so we'll get to know very quickly. So here let us observe. So in square as you can see, in the right hand side there is one square made up of your COD as you can see. On the right hand side of the square in HP, let us observe, you are having COD. So COD is your what? Triangular surface and triangular surface means what? It has 3 points connected by line. It is known as a triangular surface. That means here in our square, COD is resting on what? On the right hand side. And second, this COD is already resting on HP. That means we have put our square in such a way that our triangular face is what? Resting on HP. Now, in our front view, let us observe what is showing your triangular surface. So, in our front view, you can see that COD has 3 of the points in the front view line O dash, C dash, and D dash. There is one line as you can see is written there triangular face. The line containing 3 points O dash, C dash, D dash is showing your triangular surface. So in front view, it is said that it is resting on HP. That means we should put this triangular surface or the line showing the triangular face, which is O dash, C dash, D dash, onto your XY line like this. So let us try to put this line O dash, C dash, D dash onto your XY line, which is nothing but now the triangular face is resting on XY line itself. And we should draw a figure simply which is the front view in the first figure. We should draw the same triangle now by this modified orientation with your triangular face on XY. After drawing this figure, it is very much easy. We should observe this object from the top direction in order to have the top view into the HP. So let us try to observe the object from this top direction. And when we try to observe this object from the top direction, we should draw vertical lines from each and every point like this. And we should construct the horizontal line from each and every point like this. After getting the vertical and horizontal lines, we should find the point of intersection and we should construct our element. So this is nothing but our element constructed. So this is our final element. Very easy. As you can see, so let us analyze the object in order to have the hidden lines possibilities. So now when we try to observe the object from the top direction, we can clearly observe point O dash, A dash, B dash as well as the point C dash, D dash. But what we can't observe is the triangular face onto which it is resting. So we can't observe the triangular face itself, which means we can't observe O dash, C dash, D dash or triangular face. So the line containing this triangular face must be the hidden line because it will come below this object. It can't be seen by the observer by taking the top view, right? So that means we should construct these lines as your hidden lines. So now let us construct these lines as hidden lines. We will be drawing this line in such a way that this line must be your hidden line in our case. So here your line O dash, C dash, O dash, D dash are hidden line, but your line C dash, D dash is not hidden because it is a line on the outer periphery of an object, and whenever there is any line on the outer periphery of an object, it must not be your dotted or hidden line. And secondly, when you are looking from the top, you can obviously see the C dash, D dash point. That means the line constructed by C dash, D dash is obviously seen when you are looking from the top. So that means we should construct this C line like this. So it is very easy when you are looking from the top, you can't observe the line O dash, C dash and O dash, D dash. So corresponding to these two lines, we are having two views, OC and OD, which can be seen. So that's why I am drawing these lines as my hidden line. Right? Very easy. Then let us move ahead. Here it is said that vertical plane containing the axis makes a 45-degree V. So let us first understand what I mean by 45-degree V. So this is the line, XY line, and above this portion must be your VP. So a line making 45 degree VP must draw somewhere down here. We should draw a line either in this direction or this direction 45 degree to your VP. So let us first draw the line at 45 degree to VP. So we will draw the line at 45 degree to VP like this, and then we should just redraw the figure of the second stage into the third stage, and while drawing this figure we will be having this final figure. So it is very time consuming to redraw your figure from the second stage to third stage. You should use your rounder in order to quickly redraw your figure from the second stage to the third stage. So here what we have done is we have just simply constructed this figure at now 45 degree with VP. We have redrawn the figure of second stage. Then after we should take the view, a front view from this bottom direction. Before that, let us understand here it is said that take the apex nearer to V. So whenever we are taking the views in the third stage, we should keep in mind that we should put the apex nearer to V. So this is XY line, or you can say VP. So this plane above this is VP. That means XY line is showing what? VP. So it is said that apex must be nearer to your VP. So here this is the apex of your square pyramid. So it is your point O. So I have put this point O nearer to VP, as you can see. So here apex is nearer to VP. So that's how you should draw your object. If it is said that your base is nearer to VP, in that case what we should do, we should put the object in inverted position in which your base should come in the place of your apex and apex should go down. So that must be your case in which your base is nearer to VP. right? So now let us move ahead. So we'll be taking the front view from this direction. So we should draw the vertical lines from each and every point from this direction like this, and we should draw the horizontal lines from this direction in order to find the point of intersection points like this. After getting this point of intersection, we should locate the point A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash, right? And your final point, apex point O dash. Now let us observe. When we try to observe this object from this direction, which are the points which are seen very clearly to observe? The point A, B, C, D, each of the points are seen very clearly, right? And your point O is very clearly seen. So that means the outer periphery of an object must be very clearly seen. So let us draw the outer periphery of an object because A, B, C, D, each of the points are seen while we take the view from this downward direction. Also your point O is seen, so that's why we have drawn the outer periphery of an object. But is there any component of line still there which can't be seen from this downward direction? Yes. There is one line which is the farthest from your observer or which is the closest from your XY line. It can't be seen by taking the front view from this direction. So let us find out which is the line which is closest to your XY line or which is farthest from your observer. So this is one line, it is nothing but a line OA in our case. So the view corresponding to your OA will be here, O dash A dash. So you should draw this O dash A dash line as your dotted or hidden line, so which can be seen by taking the views from this downward direction. So you should construct this line as dotted line, right? So it is very easy. Now let us move to next example. Problem number 2. A hexagonal pyramid base 25 mm side and axis 55 mm long has one of its slant edge on edge. Plane containing that edge and axis is perpendicular to edge. Draw its projections. So let us first understand and analyze the data. So here we are talking about the hexagonal pyramid. So hexagonal pyramid means it must have one hexagonal base and must contain one apex. The dimensions are given obviously, and the hexagonal pyramid should place in such a way that the plane must be in such position that edge and axis containing the plane must be perpendicular to HP. So now let us start. So if your axis is perpendicular to HP, that means what? Your base must be resting on HP. If your base is on HP, then only your axis can be perpendicular to HP, right? So let us first start with your XY line. So we will be starting with XY line. So this is nothing but your XY line, as you can see. Thereafter we should start constructing our hexagon resting on HP first. So let us construct our hexagon resting on HP like this. So how to construct hexagon? So we will be constructing hexagon by a circle method. If you don't know how to construct hexagon, please refer my previous lectures on geometric constructions in order to understand how to draw hexagon. So this is the way I should draw the hexagon. Now you will ask, sir, why you have drawn the hexagon in such particular fashion? So I will let you know later. So this is your hexagon. Then after we should find out the apex point. So let us construct the lines by connecting the cross corner points. And now let us give the numbering to this hexagon like A, B, C, D, E, F. Then we should define the center point or apex point. So now thereafter let us draw vertical lines from each and every point A, B, C, D. So we should draw vertical lines from each and every point, and we should construct this axis side as 55 because it is said that your hexagonal pyramid is having 55 mm long axis. That's why we have constructed this 55 mm. Then after we should draw this triangle. And this is nothing but what? A front view of hexagonal pyramid in V. Then so let us give the numbering to this pyramid now. So we will be giving the numbering to the base first. So A dash, B dash, F dash, C dash, E dash, and D dash. Then after let us give numbering to O dash. This is our first stage image. Now second stage is say that slant A is on HP. So let us first define what is the slant edge. So we know that from the nomenclatures of your pyramid, the outermost line, which is inclined line, which is known as a slant edge. So let us define this edge as a slant edge. As you can see, this is the edge which is O dash D dash is our slant edge. So we should put our hexagon in such a way in your top view like this that we are having the slant edge on the right hand side. So in order to have the slant edge on the right hand side, or in other words, in order to have your O dash D dash line on the right hand side, we should compulsorily draw hexagon in such a way that it should have one of its corners on the right hand side. And And if the corner is on the right hand side, that means your point D would be on the right hand side, as you can see. And if your point D is on the right hand side, then we can have the line generated by this D point, O dash D dash line would be on the right hand side, and this must be your slant edge. So for that we should construct our hexagonal pyramid in such a way. Here it is said that your slant edge is resting on what? HP. So now we should put our slant edge onto HP. Onto HP means on X, Y and itself. So we should now reconstruct this hexagonal pyramid like this onto resting on HP. So this is nothing but your line O dash D dash on HP. Thereafter we will just redraw this figure of a first stage front view like this under racing condition, right? It is very easy. After that we should draw the vertical lines from each and every point like this. So we should draw vertical lines from each and every point, and thereafter we should have the horizontal line from each and every point in order to define your point A, B, C, D, E, and F. Thereafter we should define the point O like this. So now after getting each of the point, we should first construct the periphery of an object. So first construct the base of an object like this, and then after construct the outer periphery of an object. Now we should check for if there is any hidden elements or hidden line present into the top view which is not seen while taking the top view of an object. So let us check for that. So when we try to observe this object from the top direction, it is clear that certain portion of object can be seen. So now here the portion which can be seen in our case would be the portion below your axis can be seen. So as you can see in the hexagon, let us observe. See if you can observe the hexagon from the top direction, the bottom portion of hexagon can be witnessed. We will observing the hexagonal pyramid from this top direction. We can easily observe the portion constructed by O dash, A dash, B dash and F dash. But we can't observe the portion which is below your axis line, which is O dash, C dash, E dash, D dash. Now why so? So when we try to take the top view of this hexagonal pyramid, what happens is the certain portion of hexagonal pyramid can't be seen. So let us see which of the portion is seen and which portion is such that we can't be seen. So the portion which is closest to your observer, it is obviously seen. So which are the portion closest to the observer? So we can see that by observing from the top, we can see the portion made by the base points like A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash and F dash. And you can also observe the point O dash. But the portion which are farthest from the observer, which are below your object, are the points which we can't see. So lines such as O dash, C dash, O dash, E dash and O dash, D dash, which can be seen in our case. So here we should construct these lines as our dotted line or hidden lines. Let us construct this line as your dotted line or hidden lines. These are such lines which we are constructing, which are nothing but your or hidden lines. That's why we have constructed OD, OE and OC line as our dotted or hidden line. And if we don't know how to draw the hidden lines, we certainly know that the two of the intersecting lines can't be a full line. For that, one line must be a hidden line, one line must be a dotted line. So we know that the base is completely seen, so that means it is a solid. So it is obvious that the line intersecting this base, that means this line OE must be your dotted line. Here in this case also, if your base is known that the base is solid, then the line connecting your O point with your C point must be your hidden line, because we know that base is completely seen in this diagram. That means we should construct this line as our hidden line. And if in any case hidden line and solid line are overlapping each other, always remember you will give the preference to solid line first, and whichever portion is left in the hidden line, which is now shown by a dotted line. So in the case of OD, it is overlapped by OA lines. That's why certain portion of your OD line would be covered by your dark solid OA line, and the left portion would be shown by your dotted line. This is the logic for the hidden line in the case of hexagonal pyramid. Now let us move to our next example. Here, problem number 3. A hexagonal pyramid of 30 mm side of base and 45 mm length of axis is resting on one of its triangular faces on HP. Draw the projections of pyramid when the edge of base, which is on HP, is inclined at 60 degree to the VP. Draw the projections. Right? So now let us start. So here it is said that we are dealing with a hexagonal pyramid. So hexagonal pyramid means once again it is having hexagonal base and having one apex. This is nothing but your hexagonal pyramid. It is resting on HP such a way that triangle face must be on HP. So we should construct hexagon as you can see in the first stage like this, in which your side, one of the sides should be on the right hand side, and then after you should give the numbering to that hexagonal pyramid as A, B, C, D, E, F. Thereafter you should find out its center point or apex point by connecting the cross lines. You will be having the center apex point as O point in the first stage in HP in the top view. Then after you should draw vertical line from each and every point, and you should give the axis height as 45 mm, because it is said that 45 mm axis. You should draw the axis height as 45 mm, and you should construct this triangle in first stage. Then after you should give the naming as O dash, A dash, B dash, C dash, F dash, and D dash, E dash in the first stage front view. Now thereafter let us define the triangular face first. So we know that the triangular face means there must be one triangle constructed in its top view. So here we are talking about the hexagon. So as you can see, there is one triangle constructed on the right hand side of the hexagon, which is nothing but what? ODE. So here the hexagon is placed in such a way that triangular face is on the right hand side of your drawing. That means your ODE is on the right hand side. That means the points corresponding to this line must be O dash, D dash, and E dash. So we should specify that line as a triangular face in your first stage drawing, as you can see. Then after, let us move to our next stage. In next stage, it is clear that your triangle face must rest on HP. So in your front view, you should put that triangle face now on an XY line, like you can see. TF is on XY line, so you should draw a horizontal line of O dash, D dash, E dash, and you should redraw the figure from your first stage front view in this manner in order to have your triangular face resting on HP or resting on XY lines. Thereafter it is very easy. You should draw the vertical lines from each and every point and the horizontal line from each and every point in order to get this hexagonal pyramid in your HP. Now, let us find out the dotted line of middle portion. So now as you can see, when we try to take the top view on the second stage, what happens is you can observe each of the points of your base like A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, and F dash. And you can also observe this point O dash. But what you can observe is the triangular face. So triangular face is containing what? Three sides. First O dash, D dash, O dash, B dash, and third is D dash, D dash. But as the base is completely seen, the D dash, D dash line would be a full line. But the lines O dash, D dash, and O dash, D dash, which are farthest from the observer by taking the top view, so these lines must be hidden line as you can see in this figure. Right? Now, let's move to our next task. Here it is said that your edge of base, which is in HP, it is now at 60 degrees. So edge of base, which is in HP, that means which edge we are talking about? We are talking about the edge CD, which is on the right hand side of your hexagon. You can see in the first stage hexagon, right hand side edge, which is the edge DE. So we should put your edge DE in such a way that it is now 60 degree to your VP. Because line above this is what? VP plane. So we should consider line 60 degree like this. We should place the edge DE at 60 degree now, and we should redraw this figure from your second stage into your third stage. And then after, we should take its front view from this downward direction. So let us take the front view from this downward direction. So when we look and observe the object from this downward direction, we should have this final view as our projection. Now after having this final view, we should identify the dotted or the hidden portion of this part. So let us observe, when we try to observe this object from this downward direction, what happens is, the points which are closest to the observer are seen by the full lines, and the points which are farthest from the observer, which are closest to the XY line, must be seen as your hidden or the dotted line. So here, let us find out which are the points which can be seen by the observer by taking the front view. So these are the points which are the base point which can be seen from this downward direction. So base must be full in this case. So as you can see, the base is full in our case. Then you can obviously observe this point O from this downward direction. So that means O point is also full. There are two lines which can be seen by the downward direction. This is the first line which is OA line and the second line which is OF line. So these are the two lines which can be seen from your observed direction or the downward direction and which is also nearer to your XY line. So that means we should construct this line OA and OF as hidden line into your front. So here we will be having two lines O dash A dash and O dash F dash in this case as our hidden line. So it is very easy. So we are following the same concept. The points which are farthest from the observer, points which are closest to XY line are shown as your dotted or hidden line. Right? So that is it from my side. If you enjoyed the lecture, and if you like my teaching style, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubts, any queries, feel free and comment down below. Keep learning, stay connected. Bye bye.